Hello, and thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch my video. This video is going to be of help to you if you're thinking about getting involved in starting your own lead generation business and you're unsure as to what type of leads to actually get. I'm going to talk about what I do and about why I believe getting the sort of leads that I get is probably the best way to go. Obviously, there's loads of different businesses out there. You've got legal companies, home improvement companies. There's loads of different businesses that obviously need leads. But I think when you're deciding who to approach and obviously what type of leads you're going to get, you need to take different things into consideration. Um, the first thing I would say is that you want to be getting leads for a company which is in high demand. That's the first thing. Think about what sort of services are in your local area, what sort of services people want, and what really is in demand. You could take, for example, a legal company that are perhaps offering legal services, say, for example, personal injury, compared to another company perhaps that offers a home improvement. It could be like plumbing, for example, which is in a higher demand. So for me, I always go for the one, if you like, with the higher demand. So that's the first thing I think you need to consider. What sort of services are needed by people in your local area, and what of these services, which of these services are in the greatest demand? Because it's pointless canvassing or pitching or putting an advert for a service which you'll be lucky if you get a lead. You want to be advertising something which is kind of like covering a multiple of services. For example, if you advertising, if you was to put a leaflet out advertising building works, well, building works is building walls, it's building drives, it's doing alterations, it's doing extensions. It covers a vast range of actual work. And obviously, the more vast of the range of work, the more likely, the higher the probability that leaflet, that conversation that you're having with that person is going to end up with you getting details. If you're talking to people and asking them if they've had an injury in the last 2 or 3 years, chances are they haven't. So I would say look to canvas for something which is in high demand. That's the first thing. Depending on how you're being paid, if like me you're being paid, sometimes I get paid on the lead, sometimes I actually get paid a percentage of the order value. Then again, look at what you're canvassing for is perhaps going to have big order values. So if you're getting leads perhaps for like a plumber that's fixing a tap, you're obviously not going to get a lot of money out of that if you're getting paid on a percentage basis. But if like me, some of the companies I work for, they do big home improvements, roofs, driveways, extensions, these sort of things. Well, then if you're being paid on a percentage based, anything between perhaps 6 and 10%, well, you can do the maths. You can earn some pretty good money if you're good at getting these leads and if you can capture these leads for these companies. So think about what's in high demand. Think about obviously potentially what the order values will be, and I would aim that way. What I would do is, and what I do, if you see my other videos, you'll know that this is not a hobby for me. This is a main way. This is my main stream of income, and this is what I do. This is how I make my money, and I do home improvement leads. I've not really got involved in helping legal companies or anything like that. I deal primarily with helping small home improvement companies who want to make their businesses grow. That is what I do. So I would recommend you perhaps aim that same way. Look for home improvement companies in your local area who want to expand, and look for the companies which are in the highest demand. Don't get into something that's so niched down that very few people are gonna want it. It's like, for example, damp course, underpinning, things like that, which people do need, but there's going to be less people who actually want underpinning done that perhaps want new windows, doors, or conservatories. Hence why most of the companies that I work for are involved in, if you like, bigger, more general home improvements. This is the way I think you should go, because there's loads of leads out there for the taking. There's loads of companies. There's loads of people that want these leads, that want these companies that actually want to actually get these leads. And there's loads of people that want the work, who actually want to have work done. I've been out today. I've been out today. I've got 2 leads today for a company that I get work for that replace conservatory roofs. I've got a lead for a conservatory. I've got a lead for windows. I've got leads for smaller jobs. I've got a lead for a woman who basically wants a flat roof done. And it basically works. But you need to be aiming at, I believe you should be aiming at local, small home improvement companies that want to make their businesses grow. Because these people will be happy to pay you money if and when you actually supply them with a lead that comes to some sort of that basically amounts to a job. They will always pay you. And if they don't, like I said in my other videos, you don't give them no more leads and you find something that does. I hope this has helped you think more about what sort of leads to get. Keep away, like I say, keep away from specialist leads. Be more general. And obviously when you're talking to people, if like me, you're talking to people face to face, try and find out what home improvements they're thinking about. What is the, which home improvement is in the highest demand? Generally it's like windows, driveways, building work, new roofing, these sort of things, new kitchens, these sort of things. And the good thing is with those particular home improvements, they're generally big order values. So if like me, you're getting paid on a percentage, or you're doing agreements where you get paid on a percentage of the order value, then surely it makes sense to go for the home improvements that get the biggest order values. Not every lead you get will convert to a sale, but if you go and get like a £6,000 drive, then you might go and get a £11,000 conservatory, and you're getting 6% of that job. Then obviously you don't need to get many leads. You don't need to get many sales before you can start earning £500, £600, £700 a week. Obviously it's going to be based on your ability and your ethic, if you like, towards going to work. This is fundamental in my job. But I'm going off subject a little bit. But just look to getting the leads for the companies which are most common, if you like, the improvement that is most sought after, and obviously companies, and obviously getting with good companies in your local area. A good thing to do sometimes is to look for companies on Google Maps, because at least then you've got a company address. They've had to register with Google Maps, so you know that it's a bona fide company. Doesn't always mean it's a good company. Sometimes what I've done in the past, I've actually gone and looked at. I've actually met people who I was going to get leads for, and said to them, before I do it, can I please come and have a look at some of your jobs, and can I speak to a few people that you've done work for? Because you don't want to be recommending people that are no good. You don't want no comeback. Because if you're getting a lot of leads and you're getting a lot of business for a lot of different people, you don't want any comeback. You want to work for good companies, with good people, honest people who are going to pay you a good price, good commission on the deals that they sell. So I hope this has answered your question a little bit as to what niche to get into. If it was me, I would aim towards the home improvement leads, company leads. Something else which I'm looking into at the minute, which I've not really got involved with much in the past, which is a massive market, and I can't believe I've not really given it any thought until I've really recently started looking at getting leads for multiple business, and that is people with disabilities. If you've got people with disabilities that need need ramps fitted for their house, or it might be that they need like a bath, like a bathroom fitted, like a wet room that obviously needs to have rails and obviously seats. Obviously, people that have got disabilities and that. It's a massive market. It's a massive market. Again, find somebody in your area. Find somebody in your area that does wet rooms, does disability access. Widens doors so people who've got wheelchairs can get through them. Things like that. I'm telling you, that is a massive market to get involved in, and it's something which I have recently been aiming more towards, because the potential for that is crazy. Yeah, you've got an old lady. She's moved into a place, and all of a sudden she's decided, she can't use the stairs. She needs a ramp. She needs all these different things. She needs a worktops and a kitchen lowered. All these different things that you can actually say to them, I can get someone to give you a quote for that. But again, I must reiterate how important it is getting with somebody who knows decent. They might charge a bit more, they probably will charge more for the job, but better that they charge more and your customer is happy than they go in and do it for a crap price and they do it all wrong and then you get comeback. Yeah. Just very quickly, I've had it in the past where I got involved with some people a long while ago doing paving, and long story short, a couple of the driveways that they'd done, they didn't do them properly, they sunk. The person wasn't happy, and I obviously wasn't happy because I had come back and I actually said to the guys, I won't go into it, but I actually said to the guys, I'm not doing it no more, because I didn't want the ag. Yeah, you're generating leads. You're generating leads for companies that are going to pay you commission, but you don't want any aggro that comes from it. Unfortunately, if you're a canvasser like I am, and there's any trouble, usually, especially like me, if I'm in the street and they've already spoken to me and then they've had a job done and then they're not happy and they come back and they start moaning, you don't want any of that. So, just to go over it, find good companies. I would aim towards home improvements, reputable companies. Make sure you've got their addresses. Make sure you know you're dealing with. Come to good financial agreements with them, with regards to your commission. And if it was me, stick to the home improvement industry, because it's a massive market. If you've seen my other videos, I mentioned where I went out over the weekend. I went out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I pulled 23 leads, all for companies that, or for one company that does these new conservatory roofs. I mean, the market is truly massive, and home improvements. Yeah. I hope this has been of help for you. I bet has been of help. All my videos are aimed at helping people to achieve more, especially people like me who are called, working class people who want to earn money, who don't mind doing it, don't mind working hard for money, because that's what I'm all about. My channel, some of it's aimed at obviously helping people. I suffer a bit of OCD, but most of my videos are aimed towards helping people achieve more, achieve their dreams, achieve their goals. Yeah, and I really do. I really hope these videos help. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I try and put up 2 or 3 videos a week. It just depends how busy I am with my obviously my own lead generation business. But I do try and put up videos regularly. The other thing is I'm involved in network marketing. You might have seen my other videos on network marketing, where I actually obtain network marketing leads. I can tell you how to do that. Generating inquiries for people that are interested in earning and working from home is very simple, but it's only simple if you know how to do it and you put that and you do it. But I know how to do this. I can generate leads for anything. Yeah. and a lot of it I put down to my work ethic, that I approach it like a job. It's my job, it's what I do, it's not a hobby, and I believe in myself that I can do it. And if I'm having a bad day and I'm not doing that well, I don't stop doing it. It's a numbers game. If you're involved in lead generation, you'll know what I'm saying is right. It is a numbers game. You're pulling to say what my mate says to me sometimes. The expression he uses is you're pulling diamonds out of a bucket of shit. That is what he usually says to me. When he says to me, how many leads have you got? I say to him, oh, I've done this, I've done that. And he says to me, we both know there's going to be some diamonds in there, yeah. They get some big jobs, yeah. And the more you throw, if you like, the more you throw in the bucket, the more leads you throw in the bucket, then the more diamonds are going to come out of that bucket. Yeah, it is purely a numbers game. You must understand this if you get involved in lead generation, that it is purely a numbers game. Yeah, obviously the person that's selling your leads, that's going to determine how much money you earn, unless sometimes you're getting paid per lead. But if you're being paid on a commission, then obviously your income will be also dependent on the person's ability to sell when he goes in that house. But I've digressed a little bit, but I hope this has helped you think more about obviously who you're going to be getting these leads for, and also about how you're going to protect yourself, i.e. making sure that these people that you're getting work for are obviously reputable, and that you have some sort of a you're dealing with, you ain't dealing with any idiots, yeah. Please please subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up, and if you can, I always respond to any positive or negative comments, as long as they are like, what I call constructive. Thank you so much for watching my video.